In today's video, I want to talk about the recent PlayStation 5 Pro rumors about it being made specifically for GTA 6. We'll look at multiple articles reporting on the recent news from a known industry insider, revealing details about the PlayStation 5 Pro and how Sony plans to launch it later in 2024 in time for the release of GTA 6. In addition, we'll look at the rumored PlayStation 5 Pro console specifications. Before we begin, a friendly reminder, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button, leave a like on the video as most of my viewers are not subscribed. We are on the road to 11,000 subscribers and I'm eternally grateful for all your support. Thank you so much. If you haven't joined the Discord server yet, make sure to do so from the link in the description to not miss out on the giveaways I'm doing for 10,000 subscribers. A special thanks to all the members of the channel: Relamore, Nick the Bala, Mike the Nerd, Eddie the Bullet, Armin the One, and I am Vlad66. I sincerely appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being members. But today we'll look at a few articles, one from Yahoo, Kotaku, Videocards.com, and of course an article from the source of this information, the CNBC. These articles encapsulate all the recent rumors about the PlayStation 5 Pro and will give us a better idea of what to expect from Sony's next console. Starting with the article from Kotaku, PlayStation 5 Pro likely launching ahead of GTA 6, analysts say. After 4 years, Sony may be planning to release an upgraded system. While the PlayStation 5 is apparently entering the later stages of its life cycle, some industry analysts think Sony might be planning to give the system an update, similar to the one the PlayStation 4 received with the PlayStation 4 Pro within the next year. CNBC reports that analysts claim a PlayStation 5 refresh is likely on its way ahead of the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2025. This would be in order to bolster interest in the console ahead of the game's release, which, if history tells us anything, will sell millions of copies for years to come. There seems to be a broad consensus in the game industry that Sony is indeed preparing a launch of a PlayStation 5 Pro in the second half of 2024. Serkan Toto, CEO of games consultancy company Kantan Games, told CNBC. And Sony will want to make sure to have a great piece of hardware ready when GTA 6 hits in 2025, a launch that will be a shot in the arm for the entire gaming industry. As you heard, these reports are coming from the CNBC. According to them, Sony will launch a new console next year in preparation for GTA 6. This could mean that PlayStation 5 Pro bundles with GTA 6 are pretty much guaranteed. Now let's look at the CNBC article itself. Sony is likely to release a refreshed version of the PlayStation 5 this year, analysts told CNBC after the company cut its forecast for sales of its flagship console. The move would be designed to boost interest in the PlayStation 5 and offer a souped-up piece of hardware ready for release of Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2025, one of this decade's most hotly anticipated games, the analyst said. Sony was not immediately available for comment when contacted by CNBC. First released in November 2020, Sony's PlayStation 5 is now more than 3 years old. The Japanese gaming giant cut its forecast last week for PlayStation 5 sales for the fiscal year ending in March from 25 million units to 21 million units. An executive said last week during the company's earnings call that Sony is expecting a gradual decline in unit sales from the next fiscal year. When this has happened in past console cycles, gaming firms have looked to bring out a refreshed piece of hardware to reinvigorate sales. I also want to look at this article by Yahoo. A known insider has revealed that Sony Interactive Entertainment recently began sharing PlayStation 5 Pro specs more widely within the industry. One mid-sized third-party publisher claims to have received a presentation on the upgraded hardware, indicating that Sony might be gearing up for a public review in the near future. Analysts expect PlayStation 5 Pro to launch later in 2024. The aforementioned report came from PlayStation Insider and Sacred Symbols host Colin Moriarty. In a recent episode of his YouTube show, Moriarty said that he was explicitly told by a contact at a mid-sized third-party publisher that the company is in possession of PlayStation 5 Pro specs. Moriarty also corroborated reports that first-party and second-party devs already have access to PlayStation 5 Pro details. However, he stopped short of commenting on the dev kits. Back in December 2022, another known insider, Tom Anderson, claimed that the dev kits had begun making their way to publishers, presumably major third-party partners. Moriarty's comments, which can be heard in the video below around the 54-minute 29-second mark, came in response to a CNBC report in which analysts expressed confidence that the PlayStation 5 Pro will launch later in 2024, in time for the release of the highly anticipated GTA 6. Here's what he said.
So I've said this on previous shows, is that I was told explicitly by someone that works at a mid-sized third-party publisher that they were given a presentation for PS5 Pro. I said in the past too that I understand that first parties and second parties have already had access to, if not the kits, then like the spec of what they're aiming for. So this looks like this is indeed happening. CNBC reporting on it from their own analysts, hearing it out of Sirkin Toto's own mouth, who has deep connections in the Japanese games industry, seems to be pretty obvious.
This next article by videocards.com reveals some speculated specs for the PlayStation 5 Pro, and you can see them on the screen. Keep in mind that these are just rumors, these are not the finalized specs, but as you can see, there are improvements in both the CPU and GPU as well as in the memory speed. According to previous reports, Sony is working on a processor with 60 compute units, likely based on the AMD RDNA 3 architecture. The processor itself may have up to 64 processors, but some will likely be disabled to ensure yields and console availability at the desired level. Additional information suggests that the PlayStation 5 Pro may feature 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory at a speed of 18 gigabits per second. Lastly, I would like to take a look at this article by Rockstar Intel regarding the PS5 Pro and the performance of GTA 6 on the new console. As for what this means for GTA 6, the PlayStation 5 being an enhanced console will likely give Rockstar the horsepower to deliver greater fidelity and performance out of the gate. There is a feeling GTA 6 will be running at 4K resolution and 30 FPS when it launches in 2025 on both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Currently, the next installment in the Grand Theft Auto series has only been confirmed to launch on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S and not PC. Rockstar Games typically release a PC version a year or so after the console edition. 60 FPS has become a much needed trait for new game releases. Titles such as Redfall and Gotham Knights received substantial backlash online due to a 30 FPS cap at launch. GTA 6 looks to be a significantly more dense game with superior graphics and features, so a 30 FPS lock may not turn so many fans away. If a theoretical PS5 Pro could achieve 60 FPS in GTA 6 at launch, it would be a big seller. GTA 6 is already a juggernaut and would likely lead to the most growth in PlayStation 5 Pro sales. The current gen versions of GTA 5 do have a 60 FPS mode, and that has been a game changer for console players. Having them go back to 30 frames per second would be a tough pill to swallow. If they had the option to spend more money for that extra frame rate, many games would take that up. Of course, Rockstar might perform their wizardry and get a 60 FPS mode on the base PS5 and Xbox Series X and S consoles, but experts are inclined to believe it might not happen. So as of this moment, there are no signs of a 60 FPS option coming to the PlayStation 5 version of GTA 6. 4K 30 FPS is what is expected, but hopefully Rockstar manages to somehow pull it off and surprise us with a performance mode that allows us to turn on 60 FPS. They allowed us to do it in GTA 5, with GTA 6 of course being a substantially bigger title. Fans are hoping the modes will return in GTA 6 as 60 FPS is a sought after option. GTA 6 is expected to run at 30 FPS only even with a powerful PS5 Pro. Firstly, talking about the specs of the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's rumored to have a solid upgrade compared to the regular PlayStation 5. Going by reports, the mid-gen enhanced console will have a 5nm Viola SoC. But that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss in today's video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Are you going to be picking it up in a bundle with GTA 6? If you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more GTA 6 videos just like this one. If you haven't joined the Discord server yet, you can find the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.